I don't remember when the doll first appeared in the house. That's the part that bothers me most. It wasn't bought. It wasn't gifted. It was just there, sitting on the bookshelf in the living room. Porcelain face, pale skin, dark glass eyes, brown curls framing its cheeks. It wore a faded blue dress that looked decades old. I assumed it belonged to my sister. My sister assumed it belonged to me. We both assumed Mom bought it from some thrift store. Mom swore she'd never seen it before. That should have been enough to get rid of it, but we didn't, because it was just a doll, right? The first time it moved, I thought I was imagining it. It had been facing forward on the shelf. That night, when I walked past the living room to get water, it was turned slightly toward the hallway, just slightly, like it was watching. I stopped, stared at it. "You're being stupid," I muttered. I walked closer. Its eyes caught the light from the kitchen. They looked almost wet, reflective, alive. I turned it back toward the wall, just to prove a point. Then I went to bed. The next morning it was back to facing forward. I didn't say anything, neither did anyone else. 3 nights later my sister screamed. I ran to her room. The doll was sitting at the foot of her bed. We both stared at it. Neither of us had moved it. Mom came in, confused. "It was on the shelf," I said. Mom frowned. "Maybe you two are playing tricks." We weren't. She picked it up and put it back in the living room, but this time she placed it inside a glass cabinet, closed the door, locked it. That night I couldn't sleep. Around 2:17 a.m. I heard something, soft, like porcelain tapping against wood. Tap, 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 slow, deliberate, coming from the living room. I told myself it was the house settling, but the tapping continued. Tap, tap, tap. I got up, walked slowly down the hallway. The living room was dark, moonlight spilling across the floor, and the cabinet door was open. The glass hadn't shattered, the lock wasn't broken, it was just open. The doll was gone. My heart pounded so loudly I could hear it in my ears. Then I saw it, sitting on the couch, facing the hallway, facing me, its head slightly tilted. I felt cold all over. "Stop," I whispered. The air felt heavy. I stepped closer. It didn't move, didn't blink, didn't breathe. Just a doll, just porcelain. I grabbed it. It felt warm. That's when my stomach dropped. Porcelain doesn't feel warm. I carried it outside, walked straight to the trash bin, and threw it in. I didn't care if it belonged to someone. I didn't care if it was valuable. I shut the lid and went back inside, locked every door, every window. The next morning it was back on the bookshelf, facing forward, perfectly centered. I didn't touch it, neither did my sister. Mom went pale when she saw it. "Who brought that back inside?" No one answered, because no one had. That's when the positions started changing more often. It wasn't dramatic at first, just small shifts. Head tilted left, then right, arms slightly raised, legs crossed when they weren't before, like it was getting comfortable, like it was settling in. Then one afternoon I walked into the living room, and it was gone. Not on the shelf, not on the couch, not anywhere. I felt a strange sense of relief. Maybe it was finally gone. Maybe we'd imagined everything. That night I woke up to the feeling of being watched. You know that feeling. Heavy, thick, unavoidable. I slowly opened my eyes, and there it was, sitting on my desk, across the room, facing me. I hadn't made a sound, hadn't moved, but it was there. And this time, its eyes weren't glassy. They were focused, locked onto mine. I tried to scream. Nothing came out. The doll's head slowly turned, not jerked, not snapped, turned, smoothly. Its lips didn't move, but I heard it, right inside my head. "You noticed." Tears rolled down my face. I shut my eyes tight. When I opened them, it was gone. My door was still locked, my window still closed, But something felt different. The house felt smaller, closer, like the walls had shifted inward. The next day, my sister wouldn't leave her room. She said she kept seeing it in reflections, in the TV screen, in the microwave door, standing behind her. But when she turned, nothing. Mom finally called a priest. He walked through the house with holy water, prayed in every room, sprinkled the doll. It didn't move, didn't react, just stared. He left looking uneasy, said sometimes objects hold attachments, said we should consider getting rid of it properly, burn it. We tried. Dad built a small fire pit in the backyard, placed the doll inside, lit it. The flames rose quickly, engulfed it. We watched until it was nothing but ash, or so we thought. That night I woke up choking. Smoke filled my room, but nothing was burning. And at the foot of my bed, the doll stood, not sitting, standing, its porcelain skin blackened slightly, cracked, but smiling. It had never smiled before. Now it was. And its eyes. My body felt pinned to the mattress. The doll took a step forward. Its joints didn't creak, didn't snap. They moved naturally, too naturally. "You tried to leave me," it whispered. Its voice wasn't in my head this time. It was in the room, soft, childlike, but wrong. The bedroom door slowly opened behind it. My sister stood there, motionless, eyes blank. She walked forward stiffly, like something was guiding her. She picked up the doll gently, cradled it, and smiled. The same smile, too wide, too stretched. Mom found me unconscious the next morning, said I must have fainted from stress. The doll? Gone, completely gone. We searched the house, nothing. My sister hasn't spoken since. She sits in the living room most days, on the couch, perfectly still, head slightly tilted, watching the hallway. And sometimes, when the house is quiet, I hear it again. Tap, tap, tap. But it's not porcelain on wood anymore. It's fingernails, on the inside of the walls, moving, closer, every night. And yesterday, I walked past the mirror, and for a split second, I saw something sitting on my shoulder, small, smiling, adjusting its position.